I can't remember the last time I was sad not to see an Aatrox locked in, but I would have loved an Aatrox being locked in here. Nah, perhaps a little bit more safe up towards the top side. Does still work well.
Kind of shadowing in the lane so that he wouldn't be spotted, but now he has his eyes on mid. Caps is very low. Yike is in a position to cover, but a flash Q from Marang could be all it takes.
How long is that Q from coming off cooldown? He used it to get into this, but Bush knows there's no Warden with Caps going forward, even though Larsen's low. There's nowhere for Caps to go. Does still have the flash, will hold on to it. Marang flash follows though. Needs a slow here. One more auto would be enough. Permafrost. And down to, and so much quicker. You can see Compony sitting on the Doran's blade, whereas this double longsword dagger as Caps caught out again in the mid lane. Chaos Storm coming down. Caps, you've got nowhere to go. And we will just be chipped away. The death rate from Larsen is the second in the bottom lane. It was about one hit away from dying. Ooh. And Trimby just overstepped a slight bit because of it. Depth charge going down onto Trimby. Comp though trading back onto Mickey with Marang on his way. And Flash Glacial Prism a possibility. Mickey has Flash. Instead he goes for Hans Summer. Only lands a slow Hans Summer. Only the exhaust on him. And because he doesn't have that escape tool.
Mid-lane, it was a possibility, but regardless, due to get punished.
Oh, Nature's Grasp being used here. Marang's going to try and block it, but Larsen does exactly that. Larsen rooted underneath the tower, though, somehow surviving for an absolute Aeon, but in the end, Yike will get
back after what has been a very convincing early game from Koi. Of course, they can't take a sigh of relief just yet, as you look at the bottom of your screen and you can see gold advantages being built up all across the board for Koi, which is why they currently sit at about a 1.4k gold lead.
Towards this tower to try to get as much damage on it as possible.
Where they can also try and catch out Mickey as he tries to roam up, and that's exactly what they do. Bullet time coming out, Comp down to about half HP, but already Mickey has fallen. Caps coming in from the side. Marang's going to try and flash across this wall, but the bullets chase him home. Caps now in the midst of the camp. Storm will fall as well. Cannot survive Trimby's assault. Hans Summer trying to do what he can. Yike's going to join the party. They'll go for Larsen. Hans Summer trying to get on the board again. A second for him in the fight. Koi forced to retreat down towards the bottom side. Can Trimby get away? Yike looked for the slow from the Nature's Grasp, but couldn't quite find it. The Bramble Smash, in fact, the slow from the Make It Rain won't back away. They don't have vision on the river either. Now Trimby stayed here.
What's going on here?
Comp's gonna get hooked. Trimby looking for the tide away from behind. The Nature's Grasp coming out as well, but Trimby's on the wrong side of dodge. Bullet time into the root. Lands his mark, and Hans Summer gets his third. Make it his fourth of the game. G2 on a tear.
Massive blunder by Koi's bot lane as well. What are they doing? Comp's just trying to run past the wave. Caps is in trouble. Marang.
Caps still has the flash here. Glacial Prism's going to come out, and Caps flashes it. Saved it for all that time to dodge the ultimate from the Sejuani, and G2 get everything they were looking for.
As much as I want to say great from G2 for getting those 2 kills, I need to see that again, because Comp is just running in a straight line to his tower with Trimby leaving him alone without a wave to block any of the hooks. And then Trimby flash ults, misses the Q, there's no follow-up, Comp's too far away. It was just so messy.
I'm trying to understand it. Bot lane is also very low. As I say that, there's that mid tower dropping. Larsen and Marang.
Gameplay sim was so
it's
similar.
Funny because it was actually Kadril that, because he often goes so far. Hang on, hook.
Onto Marang. Depth charge onto Larsen as well. TP's coming in. Nature's Grasp coming in from the side as well. Marang trying to get away. Trimby is the root, but look at the damage! It's a bullet time, and it sends them all to hell. Larsen has to flash away. Caps still on the chase, but G2 just find everything in the top lane.
And you see the beauty of the MF in this comp. When Maokai can get the ult onto multiple targets, the follow-up is always there, no matter how far away. Hands is just in range for the ultimate. Just blows them all up there. Koi was playing good in the early game, finding these small leads, but now G2 are starting to run away with the fights.
This is the problem when you have a fed MF.
Yike, and even Koi similarly in Shigenda, finding that aggressive style in these lanes or in the jungle that can bring a different style. Koi.
Nature's Grasp comes in. There's the knockback as well with the cask. Instead, Marang will fall. But Shigenda gets onto the backline, and now it's all on Koi. What can you do? A beautiful Gnar means that Caps will fall, but Koi still retreating underneath that tower. Hans Summer falls away so low. One more auto would be enough, but they just can't get in range. G2 will walk
back to base. I feel like he just lifestealed everything back.
He's got blood bullets.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The man just... This is one of the big things. Koi coming in as his replacement. Comp rather coming in as his replacement, but we're setting it for this fight.
Well, Mickey just hooked the wall there. I think he wants to engage though.
Shigenda just went into mini Gnar. TP coming in. There's a Nature's Grasp once again. Marang will be on the front line. He goes in. They step forward, but the bullet time hasn't even been used yet. Caps on the back line. Just assassinates Trimby. Now Comp is next up. You can cleanse all you want, but you can't cleanse death. The ultimate season.
Trimby. He sets up the team to kill Comp. and G2 walk away with 3 kills, the Baron and the game.
Did he TP flank there? Solo kills Trimby. Nox does insane work for G2 there, and we've got another fight here. Mickey's getting caught.
Very deep. TP coming out as well from Broken Blades as they look to join the fight. Nature's Grasp into the bullet time! Dodge that, Koi! G2 just cleaned them up in the jungle. Koi thought they found something, but all they find is an early grave as they are wiped away once again. Shigenda will fall. Cabs is just tower diving 2 towers here. Broken Blade wants a piece of the party. Take notes, he says, as he forces Trimby and Marang away.
We may as well call it the Nature's bullet time at this point. The combos worked twice now for G2, and it just decimates Koi. No one can stand inside of it, and they can't work with any space here. G2 are just suffocating them out of every part of the jungle.
And now the Dragon spawning in 23 seconds as well. G2 have taken everything, and it all stems from how the game really exploded off the back of those small 2
threat onto the MF, maybe they could find a miracle. But what's their dive? It's a Gnar TP flank, a Sejuani ult hitting. Despite the amount of frontline that G2 have, they're kind of grasping at straws there. So G2 are just going to get the siege going. Make sure Broken Blade and Mickey are just in front of Hans so he can work with space. Make sure he can walk up. And we'll see what Koi can do on this last defense.
No TP flank for Shigenda. His teleport still on cooldown. Inhibitor tower falls in the bottom lane as Koi look for some last...
Yeah, but G2 definitely do.
There's the Nature's Grasp once again, looking for the inhibitor here. Tidal Wave used. Won't hit the bullet time. It was just wide. Larson taken out in the midst of it all as Hansama gets another one on the board. And now comp is up.
It's over.
Mickey continues to land the hooks. Trimby forced to flash away. Hansama diving the inhibitor tower. And as you say, Kadril, it's all done, but the Nexus falling. It's all over. But the final death knell here for Koi. 3 members strong, they can try and defend, but G2 are tanking the towers and their minions will keep the backdoor bonus alive. Broken Blade forces Malrang away, the Nexus towers fall, followed by the Nexus. G2 unwilling to end it yet, they want a little more time in the spotlight, time in the sun.
They're farming KDA.
They're farming KDA. You see Hansama with a smile on his face, and what a smile it should be. A dominant performance from G2 as they take game 1 of this best of 5.